Let's start today's class. Okay, so today we are going to discuss on sets and dictionaries. Sets and dictionaries. Okay, so in the last class we have discussed about lists and tuples. So we have discussed on how to create lists. Okay, so operations made on lists. Okay, all the different operations, and we have seen indexing in list indexing, and then we have seen how tuples are created and what are the operations that we can do on tuples and indexing in tuples. Okay, so all this we have seen, and there are two these sets and dictionary are leftover data structures that we have to discuss. So let's start with sets. Okay, and I'll write some points to remember sets. Okay, so sets are actually sets can store any data type. Okay, and sets are mutable. That means we can change. Okay, mutable in the sense can be modified. Okay, can be modified. Okay, and there is no indexing. Okay, no indexing in sets. Okay, no indexing in sets. So generally, in I think in 7th class or 8th class maths, we have this sets concept. So set A, set B, A union B, A intersection B. So all these things, the same thing. Okay. So here sets are the same concept that we have. Like we have subset, superset, disjoint set. Okay. So all that options we have in this sets actually. Okay. So we are going to look at how to create sets. Okay. So we are going to discuss on how to create sets. So let's do one thing. Sets creation. So let's start with set 1. Okay. So by default, okay, so generally, so we can create by putting flower brackets. Okay. So in list we are putting square brackets, and for tuples it is normal bracket or parenthesis, right? And for sets we have to put flower brackets. So by putting flower brackets, it can be understandable that it is a set. Okay, so you can put any data type. As I told you, it can store any data type for sets. Okay, so let's say A, B, and 1, 2. Okay, let's give something true, false. Okay, 0, 1, 3, 25. Okay, so whatever. So execute this, and now let me print the output. Print set 1. So you can see here. So what's happening here is, so above set, while creating set we have some different options. While printing the same thing, so we have some different output. So there are some missing data. Okay, some data is missing. So if you see, so true is not there. Okay, true is not there, and 0 is not there. Okay, true is not there, 0 is not there. So, and also like we have 1 repeated 2 times. Okay, 1 is repeated 2 times here and here. Okay, but and the output at the end we are getting only 1. Okay, we are getting only 1. So one thing is that in set, okay, in set, as we don't have indexing, okay, set doesn't have indexing, so your values will be jumbled. There won't be a particular order that sets will follow. Okay, your data can be anyway. Okay, your data can be anyway. And one more thing, sets always contains, sets only contain unique values. Okay, unique values. That means, so multiple values. Okay, so duplicate values won't be there. Okay, sets doesn't allow duplicate values. Only unique values will be there. So if you see here, one true and 1. All these three are same. Okay, 1, true and 1 are same. And this 1 is occurred first. Okay, and after that only true occurred. So that's why you have 1. And for that, if you see false and 0, false occurred first and then 0 occurred next. So that's why false is first. Okay, so why false is first? I mean, so why only false means? So false is first because we wrote before 0 false, that's why false is being printed in the output. Okay, and true is after 1. Okay, so here after 1 there is true, so that's why, so true is not present in the output. Okay, and as I told you, only unique values will be there, so that's why these are being ignored. So this is how we create a set. Okay, this is how we create a set. Okay, so these are the set of rules that we need to follow while creating sets. Okay, while creating sets, these are the rules that we need to follow. Okay, so it can store any kind of data type. Okay, we can modify sets. Okay, of course we'll do that later, operation on sets. And there is no indexing in sets, and only unique values are allowed. Okay, there is no duplicate values allowed in sets. Okay, so let's create one more set, set 2. So let me give okay, let's do one thing. Let's create a list. Inside list I'll go to 1 2 3. Okay, so there is one more way to create a set. Okay, so here we have created by putting a floor bracket, and then we have added values. Okay, but there is one more way. You can simply do set of list 1. Okay, you can see the green color. Okay, if you see set of list 1, so you will see the output converted it into sets. Okay, you can see the curly braces, the floor brackets. So I just store this one in set 2 is equal to set of list 1. So print set 1, so that you will get, sorry, print set 2, so that you will have the values. Okay, 1 2 3 is there. Okay, so this is how we can create sets. Okay, this is how we can create different sets. Let's do operations in sets. Okay, let's see what are the different operations that we have in sets. So let's see set 1 dot and click on tab. You can see there are some different operations are there here. Okay, so clear and copy is the same thing like we did yesterday. Okay, clear and copy are the same. Okay, it is same for everything. And the pop and remove, so I'll show you because there is no index and all here. So what happens here, we'll see pop and remove. But remaining, so you can see difference, intersection, disjoint, subset, superset, symmetric difference. Okay, symmetric difference update, so union, all these are going to be seen now. I mean different from the list. Okay, so let's start one by one. Let's see add. So basically add is nothing but we are just going to add one value. Okay, add one value to the element, and this has no effect if the element is already present. That means basically you can try adding. Okay, say so set 1 already have 1. Okay, so set 1 already have 1. Okay, so that's why it is not giving. Okay, it's not going to affect anything. So let's add some different value. Let's say 10. So 10 is added. Okay, 10 is added here. So simply 100. So 100. So whatever the data you wanted to add, you can add it. Okay, whatever the data you wanted to add, you can add it. So that's what simply an add operation. It's like append. Okay, so but append adds at the end of the list, but add, it is no there is no particular order, it can add anywhere. Okay, so add operation. So simply any single value, it is just going to add. Okay, it's just going to add into the set. Okay, set 1 dot add is just going to add a value. Okay, so let's do difference. Okay, let's do difference. So basically difference is nothing but subtraction. Okay, set 1 minus set 2, something like that. So the meaning of difference, so in general math, as per general math, so difference is nothing but, so removes the common elements, okay, and outputs the leftover elements from the first set. Okay, first set is nothing but not set 1. Okay, whichever we are doing the difference from. So here set 1 dot difference of set 2, if I do this, set 1 is the first set. Okay, or if I put set 2 dot difference of set 1, so the difference is set 2, I mean the first set is set 2. Okay, so whichever you are having, whichever variable is before the dot, so that is your first set. Okay, that is your first set, and which of course simply whatever you are writing at the start, that is the first set, and whatever you are writing at the end, that is the second set. Okay, simply. So I'll just do set 1 minus set 2, set 1 minus set 2, execute it. So we know that set 2 consists of 1 2 3. Okay, 1 2 3 are the values. Okay, so set 1 minus set 2. Okay, 1 2 and 3 are removed and remaining values are there. Okay, so 1 2 and 3 removed and remaining values are printed. So that's what. But again, if you print set 1, the values will be as it is. Okay, there won't be any change because it is not storing in the backend. So set 1 dot difference of set 2 is going to do the operation, but it is not going to store the remaining output in the backend. Okay, but to store, okay, so there is a way to store the same thing. So let's do one thing, set 1 dot difference update of set 2. So this operation is going to do our difference operation, and then it will update the remaining values in the set 1 itself. Okay, so set 1 will be updated with the remaining leftover values. Okay, whatever the, so after removing 1 2 3, whatever the leftover values are there, so those will be present. You can see the output is not printed, so let's print set 1 to confirm. Okay, so 1 2 3 are gone. Okay, remaining values are there. Okay, 1 2 3 are gone, so remaining values are there. Okay, so that's how it is. So difference and difference update, all the functions are same. Okay, so all the functions in set are same. So if you see intersection update, okay, symmetric difference and symmetric difference update, so all the things are same here. Okay, all the things are same. So I'll show you intersection, I'll show you union. So let's do intersection. So intersection is basically, so prints common elements, okay, from both sets. Okay, that's what intersection, right? So set 1 intersection of set 2. Okay, so of course we have there is no common because we have removed 1 2 3. Okay, so let me do one thing, let me add again set 1 dot add of 1. Okay, and set 1 dot add 2, and set 1 dot add 3. Okay, now I have added all those 3. Now let's do the intersection. These are the 3 common elements. Okay, 1 2 3, so both set 1 and set 2 have. So let me print set 1 and print set 2 with values. Okay, so set 1 and set 2 both have common elements 1 2 and 3. Okay, 1 2 and 3 are the common elements. Okay, so that's what we are having. Okay, that's what we are having. Wonderful. So that's our intersection, and you can do the intersection update so that set 1 will have only the 1 2 3 values. I am not going to do the update because we already did for difference and all. And next, union. So union is nothing but, so combines values from both sets. Okay, combine values from both sets. So set 1 dot union of set 2. So everything will be printed. Of course 1 2 3 is already there, so there won't be much of a difference. Okay, there won't be much of a difference. So that's union and intersection. and then set1 dot. Okay, let's do discard. So discard basically removes an element from a set if it is a number. Okay, if it is a member. Otherwise, if it is not an element, it doesn't do nothing. So that means I can say something else. I'll try removing some 10,000. It doesn't give me an error. Okay, it tries to remove it. If it is there, it will remove. Otherwise, it will just ignore. Okay, so removes if the given value is present inside this set. Okay, otherwise it will just ignore simply. So that's what discard function. Okay, that's what discard. So if at all, let me do one more thing. So set1 dot discard of, let's say, some 2. Okay, so I have removed set1. Okay, that was updated, so 2 was removed simply. So that's what discard. Okay, and coming to the next one. So discard, intersection, disjoint. Okay, let me show you pop and remove. So remove and return an arbitrary set element. Okay, so here it is not going to take any input. Okay, so simply it is going to remove an element. It could be anything else. Okay, it could be anything. It will just remove something. So it has removed false now. Okay, false is being removed in my, so removes any element. Okay, it removes any element. It could be anything. Okay, so if you print set1, so false is not there now. Okay, it could remove anything. Okay, that's what happens with the pop. And next one is remove, removes mentioned element. Okay, whatever the value that you are mentioning inside the remove function. Okay, set1 dot remove. So it takes a element from the set. Okay, it removes from the set. And so let's do one thing. So I'll put some 35 here. It removed it actually. So in the backend, so if you print set1, we'll see 35 is not there here. Okay, removes mentioned element. That's what happens with the remove, the difference between pop and remove. And coming to next thing, dot, I'll come to this symmetric difference. And so symmetric difference of two sets as a new set. Okay, so all elements that are in exactly one in one of the sets. Okay, so let me do one thing. So let's apply set2. So here what's happening is, unlike difference, okay, so we have did set1 dot difference of set2, right? Set1 dot difference of set2. So what happened in that? So it removed the common elements. Okay, and whatever the leftover elements that are there in the set1, it is printing. Okay, but here it is removing the common elements. The difference operation is same, but whatever the leftover elements in the both set, it is going to give. Okay, that's what happens in the, in this case. Okay, that's what symmetric difference. Okay, so removes the common elements, and just rest of everything is going to be printed, and symmetric difference update is going to update the same values in the set1. Okay, that's what happens. Okay, and coming to the next one, update. So did I set1 dot update? So update a set with union of itself or others. Okay, so you can just pass something, say some 25. So a 25 is added now. Okay, so you can pass any set. Okay, you can pass any set. Okay, you can pass any set, so it will just update all those values into the set1. Okay, unlike so it is mostly similar to union. Okay, so update and union are mostly See, so you can pass a single value in the form of a set, so it is going to update that inside that set. Okay, and one more thing is okay, there are three things: disjoint, subset, and superset. Okay, so disjoint, if there is no common elements, okay, then both are disjoint to each other. Okay, so that's what a disjoint set. Okay, if both sets doesn't have any common elements, then that is called as a disjoint set. And superset, okay, if let's say we do something like this: set 1, okay, dot is superset of set 2, okay, something like this. If we check, so basically what's happening is that set 2 is considered as a smaller set, set 1 is considered as a bigger set. So if all the elements of set 2 are present in set 1, then we say set 1 is a superset. Okay, so if all elements, okay, all elements of second set are present in first set, then first set is superset of second. Okay, and coming to subset, same thing. So if, so it's something like this: set 1 dot is subset of set 2. Okay, so that means, see here, set 1, whatever the values that are there in set 1, that they are present in set 2. Okay, all the values of set 1 are present in set 2. It's just a vice versa of superset. Okay, opposite of sorry, not vice versa, opposite of superset. Okay, so it is just opposite of superset. Subset is opposite of superset. That means the smaller, here the smaller set is set 1 and bigger set is set 2. Okay, unlike above. So if all the elements of first set, okay, are present in second set, then first set is subset. Okay, subset of second. Okay, so that's what all these three. So let me do one change. So we have set 1 and set 2, these values, right? So let me do one thing. So we don't have 2 present in set 1, so let me add that. So set 1 dot add of 2. Okay, so now we have 2 also. Now let me check one thing. So set 1 dot is disjoint of set 2. We have common elements. Okay, so both sets have common elements. If there is no common elements, we can say that is a disjoint set. But here both sets have common elements. That's why it is saying it is not a disjoint set. False means it is simply it is not a disjoint set. Okay, and set 1 dot is superset. Okay, is superset of set 2. This is true because all the elements 1, 2 and 3 are present in set 1. Okay, all the elements are present in 1, 2, 3 are present in this superset. So that's why set 1 is superset of set 2. And coming to the next one, set 1 dot is subset of set 2. So it is obviously false because all the elements of set 1 are not present in set 2. Just an opposite of is superset, so this is subset. Okay, so that's what the difference. So these are all the operations present in sets. Okay, so we have seen how to create sets and how to do different operations like intersection, union, okay, difference, update, add, remove, pop, all that. Okay, so these are all the things with the sets. So any doubts? so far in this one? Anywhere, any question? Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you. So let's do one more thing. Dictionaries. Okay. So before going into a dictionary, so I would like to introduce you one more thing, one more inbuilt function. Okay, so like we did type of, length of, okay, set of, list of, tuple of, okay, all that. So we have one more function called input of. Okay, so let's say input. Okay, so input is basically going to ask you to enter an input dynamically. Okay, until you are entering any value into this one, the execution won't stop. You can see left hand side, it is still star. Okay, star means it is still in the execution stage. Okay, until unless you are going to enter something inside it, it won't stop. Any other new cell also won't be executed. Okay, this has to be done. So you have to give some input when you are executing this cell, this input. That means you have to enter something. So let's say some 10. So I have entered 10, but you can see by default it is a string. By default input data type is a string. You can see the codes here. Okay, so let me just put some text inside. Enter a number. Okay, I can write any text. Okay, it will ask me enter a number, so I'll put some 10. Okay, so I'm entering a number. So if you want to convert that into an integer, we know we can apply int of. Okay, int of. So apply 10. So now 10 is a value here. Okay, so let's say number 1, something like this. Execute. So I will say enter from 10. So I have entered a number. Okay, now if you print number 1, number 1 is stored with some value 10. Okay, now if I execute this again, so let's say if I'm putting 20, so now number 1 has 20. Okay, number 1 is a variable which has value 20. Okay, so now let's put this aside and let's focus on dictionaries, and we are going to use this input somewhere later. Okay, so as I told you, okay, one question. So dict 1, let's say. So one thing that is common between dictionaries and sets are nothing but both uses flower brackets only. Okay, both the dictionaries uses flower brackets only. So let's say if I am putting set1 is equals to empty dictionary and dict1 is equal to empty dictionary, empty flower brackets. Okay, so the meaning here is that both are actually dictionaries only. It won't be a set. Okay, so execute it. Let's check type of dict1 and type of set1. Okay, execute it. So both are dictionaries. Okay, both are dictionaries only. So even though you are putting flower brackets, that doesn't mean it is a set. So how can you create an empty set? Okay, to create an empty set, you always need to put something like this. Set of. Okay, set of. So you can type of set1. Now it is a set. Okay, it shows the data type as a set. So empty set, to create an empty set you have to use this. Okay, to create an empty dictionary you can use flower brackets like this. Okay, that's the difference between both. And more clearly, dictionaries consists of dictionaries consists of key value pairs. So consider general dictionaries, normal English dictionary. So what we have, we'll have a word and there is a meaning assigned for it, right? So same thing here also. We have a key and there is a value assigned for that key. Okay, so without key there is no value, without value there is no key. So both are mandatory here. Okay, a dictionary must have a word and its meaning. So here also a dictionary must have a key and a value. Okay, so that's how dictionaries are created. And so indexing is possible. Okay, and dictionaries indexing is possible. And so we can, these are mutable, that means we can do modifications. Okay, modifications can be done. Okay, indexing is possible. So these are called key value pairs, and these in dictionaries can be modified. Okay, dictionaries can be modified. Now let's create a dictionary with some key value pairs. So dictionary 1 is equals to, so dict1. So you can do one thing like this, so dict off. Okay, but we need to give key value pairs again, so both are same. So let's put flower brackets and put a key value pair. So let's say key 1 and value 1. Okay, and as I told you, there's one more thing I have to mention here. Can put any data, can store any data type. Okay, we can store any data type for a dictionary. Okay, so key 1 and value 1, and let me put 1 colon, let's say Avinash. Okay, and I'll put let's say some Sachin colon some 10. Okay, and then something like this Virat, so Kohli. Okay, so I can give anything like this. Okay, so I can put a list also, so I'll put 1 2 3 assigned with, okay, something else, let some 35.5. Okay, okay, unhashable type list. Okay, so list is not possible, so actually it's possible, say it is possible in the values, I think 1 2 3. Okay, this is possible. Okay, so you can add a list also inside your values. Okay, not in the keys section. So dict1. Okay, so this is our values, and now let's see indexing first. Okay, let's see indexing first inside the dictionaries. Okay, so this is how we have created a dictionary, so which has key value pairs. Okay, all the left hand side values to the column are keys, and the right side to the column are values. Okay, so dict1 of, so generally what we do, so list 1 of 0. Okay, so list 1 of 0, like this we put, we get the value, right? So 0th position, first position, second position. So but dictionary indexing is different. Okay, so dictionary indexing doesn't have 0 1 2 and all. Okay, dictionary indexing have only keys. Okay, so dict1 of key 1 will get a value 1. Okay, dict1 of key 1 will get a value 1. So dict1 of 35, you'll get the value assigned to that. Okay, value assigned. This is what dictionary indexing simply. Okay, there won't be reverse indexing, there won't be forward indexing. Okay, there won't be start, stop, and step. Okay, there won't be something like that. Okay, dictionary indexing is like this. You have to give your key so that you'll get your value back. Okay, so dict1 of, so give something else, so whatever the value is there you'll get, but it is not other way around. Okay, if you are giving value you won't get a key. Okay, if you are giving a value you won't get a key. So let's do that. Okay, so let's give value 1. So it says key error, that means this particular key is not there simply. Okay, so give keys to get values, that's what. Okay, that's the only thing possible. Okay, you can give keys to get the values, that's it. Okay, and coming to next thing. So this was dictionary indexing, and let's do one more operation. uh, let's do dictionary operations. Okay, even in dictionaries also we have some operations that we can do. So let's see one by one. So dict1. So we have, this is a dictionary, and to print all the keys you can use dict1 dot keys. Okay, dict1 dot keys. And then if you want to print all the values, dict1 dot values. Okay, it will print all the values. Okay, you'll get all the values separately. You can see dict underscore keys, dict underscore values. Okay, dictionary keys and dictionary values you can print separate. And then dict1 dot items. So here you can see inside the dictionary items, each key value pair is uh, like combined in a tuple. Okay, so you can see here clearly each and every value is combined in a tuple. So you can see the parenthesis. So key 1 value 1 and Avinash, Sachin 10, Virat Kohli 35, and list 1 to 3. So everything is put inside a parenthesis. Okay, these are stored in a tuple. Okay, so if you want to just see in the comment format, you can just put items. Okay, you can put items. This usage I'll tell you later, so when we do the actual coding and all, so it comes later. So like this we are printing keys, values and items. Okay, key value pairs we are printing. And dict1 dot copy and clear same. So get keys, pop item, values. Okay, so values are done. Fine. Okay, so let's do from keys. Okay, it's basically nothing but the indexing only. You can just mention your key one, you'll get the value. Okay, sorry, you can create a value specific to that. So you can just assign the value to each thing that you give. So let's give value here. So let's say value some value 1. So every key will be assigned a value. This is one way of creating a dictionary. Okay, this is one way of creating a dictionary. K is equal to value 1, E is equal to value 1, Y is equal to value 1. So all that. Okay, you can pass any value you want. Okay, so from keys, so you can pass anything and it will be assigned. Okay, it will be assigned to each and everything. So if I put just 1, so it is just going to create. Okay, it doesn't have any impact on this dict1. Okay, any impact on this dict1. So just, so whatever the key that you give, so it just take that and it is going to create a dictionary out of it. Okay, create some small dictionary out of it. Okay, coming to the next one. So get is same as indexing. So this is same as indexing. So just dict1 dot get of key, so you will get the value. Okay, so similarly dict1 dot get of 1. So 1 is not there, so number 1 is there, not string 1. Okay, so number 1, integer 1, so you have your value getting printed. Okay, so it's same like indexing. Okay, same like indexing. Okay, so dict1 dot items keys. Okay, let's see pop. Okay, so we know pop is actually going to remove. Okay, pop is actually going to remove, but we need to remove specified key. Okay, whatever the key that you are mentioning, that will be removed. Okay, so let's say key 1, execute and print the dict1. So now you can see key 1 value 1 is gone. Okay, that is what it's going to remove. Okay, just it removes whatever the key that we are mentioning. Okay, whatever the key that we are mentioning. Pop item. So dict1 dot pop item, so directly it removes the last value. So whatever the last value is there. Okay, so removes the last value from dictionary, last key value. Okay, last key value from the dictionary. Okay, so that's what happens from the dictionary. So dict1, if you print, so there is no, the last value is gone. Okay, the last key value is gone. So that's what pop item. Okay, and coming to next one, pop item set default. So it's nothing but setting a default value. Okay, so for key, for a given key, so insert a key with a value value of default if key is not in the dictionary. So if this particular in this dictionary, so let's say if I am putting say 1, okay, so 1 is already there, and I'll give some value. So let's say I'll give something like this. So if I print dict1, it doesn't have any impact. Okay, but if you are putting something new key, so say 10,000, so I'll assign, sorry, 1 lakh, I'll assign something like this. So now my dictionary got added with a new key value. Okay, new key value. Okay, it is something like this. There is a slight difference between from keys. Okay, from keys also you give one key value, but this one is going to take each and everything, and here it is going to take this whole thing as a one entity, and it is going to assign that particular thing as a value. Okay, that's what set default. Set default is just going to assign a value to your key if it is not present. If it is present, there won't be any impact. Okay, if the key is already present inside your dictionary, there won't be any impact. And next thing is update. Okay, so update is basically nothing but appending key value pair at the last of your dictionary. Okay, last of your dictionary. So dict1 dot update, dict1 dot update. So you have to pass a dictionary only. So when you are updating, you always have to pass in the format of a dictionary. In the flower brackets, you need to put a key value pair. Okay, so let me do key 2 and value 2, value 2, execute it. So now dictionary 1 is updated with key 2 and value 2 at the end. Okay, that's what update. Okay, that's what update. So these are all the operations that are present in the dictionary. Okay, so we did keys, values, items from keys, get, pop item, set default, and update. Okay, and clear and copiers are seen. Okay, so clear is nothing but clearing all the data inside the dictionary, and copy we have already seen, copy. So copying the values of dictionary one to another variable. Okay, so any doubts till this part? Anyone? Clear about dictionary? Okay, fine. Now again we are going to do, I'm going to like, you can consider this as an assignment for the week. Okay, so we already did this part, right? So we already did this one. So in the starting, yes. Just bring this up. Yeah, so this is the one. So this is the one that we have created, right? The bill calculator. But now I'm going to change the question here. Okay, so here I have directly written the values for each variable, right? But now what I wanted to do is, so create a dictionary with items and their prices. Okay, items and their prices. So order any 3 items. Okay, repetition is load. Okay, order any 3 items, and then okay, and then calculate bill for those 3 items, okay, with tax. This is the question. So you have to create a dictionary with these. Okay, so you can add more. Okay, you can add more, not only these 5, you can add more. So but here previously I have added only 2 values directly. I'm adding this 2, right? But what I want you to do is, I want you to do order 3 items, any 3 items. Okay, I don't want to see only these 2. Okay, I wanted to order any 3 items. So the sake of introducing you with this one. Okay, so if I ask you to input a value, you have to input that, and you need to use indexing, and then you need to apply, you need to get the value. Okay, so what you have to do is create a dictionary with items. So for example, it should be something like this. So dosa with 50. Okay, and create so with 60, so on. Okay, and then order any 3 items. So you have to order it using input. Okay, you have to use input, so that you will get like the user will enter what he wants. Okay, user will enter what he wants. Okay, so if I say, so input of enter, uh, like you just ask, you just need to ask what you want. So enter the item to order. Okay, something like this. So execute it. I will say no sir. So don't forget about the case. Okay, so case sensitive, so it has to be same words. Okay, whatever it is there. Okay, whatever this is there, or otherwise. Okay, so I can enter anything. So convert this into smaller case. Okay, so put everything into smaller, so that whatever the value that is entered, okay, whatever the value that is entered, execute it. One second. Enter rosa. So I'm going to enter the value. So I'm going to ask the value. So user is entering the value. Okay, so store this one in, let's say, item 1. Okay, something like this. So I'll say, I'll give like this also. I can give like that also. So item 1 is dosa, but actually this is not present here. Okay, it is in small letters and this is in capital letters. Try to match it. Okay, so use the operations that we have discussed in the previous class. How you will match it, how to convert that to match. So you can try converting. Okay, try matching. So like that. So you need to put 3 times. Okay, this one will be executed 3 times. Okay, so item 1, item 2 and item 3 times you have to execute. So 3 times you will get the values. Okay, so item 1 is now dosa, item 2 will be puri, item 3 will be any other thing. So it could be puri or dosa again, or it could be any other new item. Okay, so store all the things and do the dictionary indexing and try to get the value and then calculate the bill. Okay, so same thing. So this part is going to be changed. So I'll just, so only this part is going to be changed, remaining whole part is same. Okay, remaining whole part is same. So create a dictionary, try to ask the user. So user will enter the uh, like whatever the user wants. Okay, so and once the user enters, so try to match with the item that is present inside the dictionary, and then get the value from the dictionary using dictionary indexing. And once you get the value, you can calculate the total bill. Okay, that's what the problem about. So consider this as an assignment and please do it. Okay, so if you guys have any doubts on this question, just ask me. Any questions guys? Okay, I think then I'm clear with the question. Fine then. So that's it for today.